Hello everyone, just Lee again here from Next Level Awareness, and I want to talk about the return to innocence, because what I think happens is when we're born we're very innocent. We learn how to do wrong things sometimes in order to feel like we're surviving. We're taught all these lessons that don't really need to be taught by the educational systems, etc. We're given fear of the media, the educational systems, the powers that be. Okay, fears drummed into us, and because of these fears we often be people that we're not in order to kind of feel like we need to survive, because if we don't do this we'll be left out of society. And in olden days when we were evolving, if we were to be pushed out of the group we probably would have died. So it all relates back from that, which is where all the fear systems and the educational systems also relate back to that. But all of this is a chain of unconsciousness that's just carried on, and nobody's breaking themselves out of that chain. And what the return of innocence is when you finally break out of that chain and you realise that everything you do and all that fear that's inside of you because of this chain is creating karmic consequences. Okay, so everything you do that's based on fear creates all these karmic consequences that come and hit you like a brick sometimes, okay? And this is why bad things keep happening to bad people all the time. This is why even yourself, bad things would have happened to you in the past and you've learned from these bad things. Every time a bad thing happens, it's bringing you closer to your pure innocence that you were when you were born, you see? So we get conditioned, then we have to uncondition ourselves in order to come back to the return to innocence. And this is like the reborn. This is what's also classed as enlightenment to a lot of spiritual communities. And this is when you become a child again. And when you become a child again, you can enjoy life again like you did when you were a child, because you realize that you're fully being yourself. Okay, you're not being influenced by other people, other fears in order to be something you're not, because you're scared. Because a lot of people are scared to be what they really are. You see, they're trying to be somebody they're not, and because they're doing this, they're kind of creating this unhappiness. Okay, they'll pretend that they're having a good time because they're trying to be someone they're not, but in reality they're full of anxiety and they're not having a good time at all. And because of this, they'll start knocking around with the wrong people. And then because they start knocking around with the wrong people, etc., then people will cause bad karma for them. They'll get involved in other people's karma. And then before they know it, they're unhappy. And they'll always stay unhappy until they come out of this paradigm of just trying to fit in, trying to be someone you're not. And then when you eventually give up doing that, you kind of find yourself again, and then you become a child again. And then you start doing all the things you did when you were a child, but you see them in a whole new light, you see, because you realise that you've been under an illusion by society, by the mainstream, by the educational system, who actually don't know what this is themselves. You have to realise that, because if teachers in schools actually understood this, they wouldn't be teaching what they teach, because they would actually they would refuse to teach what the curriculum's telling them to teach people, you see. But a lot of teachers are the type of people nowadays who the government say jump, they say how high, you see. So then they're not fully aware themselves, and this unconscious behaviour just gets carried on through generation after generation. And we've got all these fears in society now that don't really need to be here, because they're not real fears, okay? We fear things that are not real because of this. So that's what the return to innocence is, in my opinion, guys. And this has happened to me recently, and I'm starting to go out and enjoy myself like I did when I was a child, and rules don't apply to me anymore. I just use my common sense. I don't let news and governments manipulate us anymore. I don't let anybody tell us what's real and what's not. And that's the return to innocence, and that's when your life will begin, guys. So yeah, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys understand that, and if you've got any comments on that, or you've actually experienced this yourself, please let us know, and see you guys soon. Please add me on TikTok as well, which is Next Level Awareness. I'll put a lot of videos on there, guys. See you on the next video. Have a nice day.